streaming live on YouTube. We're recording. There we go. We're about to go live on Facebook. This could all go to shit in a second, but let's hope it don't. Go live. 3, 2, 1. Then let's go here. Let's check out Facebook. All right, everybody. Hopefully you can hear me on Facebook. I'm going to check out Facebook. We are live. Here it is. Of course. I am sideways. So we're going to have to redo that. We'll stay live on YouTube. But it's like, I have no idea. Let's go to... I'm going to try something real quick. I'm going to go here. Let's go here. Nope. Let's go there. Unlock that. Then let's go to here. I know you guys can hear me. Sorry. I'm just trying to fix this. Let's see. Did that fix it? Is the question. Did we get flipped? Or are we still sideways? Still sideways, folks. I should be able to... Let's see if I can fix it just like this. Alright, I'm going to do this. Drop it down. Since it's just me, let's see what happens. I will drop it down. Kind of go forward. I think I gotta go up and then spin. Let's see. I gotta rotate so that it will spin. How's that? Look in. Let's see what happens. I will go like that. Am I straight? Is the question. Did it let me flip it back? I am. I am straight. Let's sit in here, see what's happening as far as, am I in there? Yeah, I'm in there. All right, folks. Let me save to some of the groups tonight. An interesting Facebook it's going to be. I don't... Let's get this all going right. Welcome on YouTube. We're recording. Tonight we're going to be talking about the festivals. Let me put on... Tiny's eyes lately. This is a much cooler look, in my opinion. Let me know, but I'm just going to go with this because 100%, then you can't see if my eyes are open or not. It's like half the time when I'm podcasting, my eyes are wide open. But so let me share real quick to the groups. I'll go like, I'm going to go, let's go here, share. All right. Everything. All right, let's do this. Everything Kentucky Bourbon Festival. There we go. All right. Let's go back to groups. Share to a group. All right. Everything Kentucky Bourbon Festival. All right, folks, hang in here. I'm going to share to some of the groups. I know I have to really watch it because Facebook, I don't want to get kicked off. So I'm just going to share to the main groups that we have a lot of contact with. I'm not going to share this with just everyone. I have been and been pretty lucky about it. I honestly, folks, but let's if you want to make comments tonight, the podcast is based off of Everything Kentucky Bourbon Festival 2023. We're live on YouTube. I got to monitor that too as far as there could be comments. But I got the lowdown. Plus, there are a few tickets left, and you're gonna wanna. We're gonna go over what the Scotchy Bourbon Boys do that week, and then we're also gonna do. All right, that one. Just let me share to the group. So we're also gonna go over just what goes on, but what the Scotchy Bourbon Boys and what we have set up that week and how you can join us. So we've got a couple things going to be in the happening while we're down there. We're going to be down there the whole week before the festival, so that's kind of cool. And you got to meet us down there. I mean, you absolutely, if you can get down there, we need to see you guys down there. There's no doubt about it. I really want to be able to see, what's happening down there. You guys to hang out with us. This has been such a great, what would you say? A great year, and we're just getting bigger and bigger. And if you want to, the Kentucky Bourbon Festival is a great place to come see us. We're there. We'll be there the whole we're going to be there the whole week before Kentucky Bourbon Festival and all 3 of the festival days. And we've got our own events happening, and so definitely you're going to want to come down and check it out. And then I'll go over those on this podcast once we get this podcast going. I'm just trying to share with groups. Once I do that, we'll get the podcast going, but just bear with me tonight. I'm hoping I'm not going to get kicked off. I'm trying not to. Yep, Ohio Bourbon Lovers, South Florida. I have been not trying to. You never know. It's like once you get to, you don't know what Facebook's going to do. I have no idea anymore what their where their cutoff is. I've been put in group sharing, and it completely ends the podcast, right on Facebook. It's just a horrible thing that they've got setting up. All right, so I made it. All right, so we shared to all the groups. Welcome everybody tonight. We're going to be talking about Kentucky Bourbon Festival. I will be monitoring. We're going to turn that down. I'll be monitoring the comments. If you want to make comments, I'm right here. And then also, let me just see if I can get this. I want to see if I can get this a little bit better. All right. I don't like the angle. I'm hoping that I can do this. All right. Drop it down a little further. Let's see what happens. All right. See if that's good. Just making the adjustments. We're good on YouTube. I know that. But welcome everybody to the podcast. That should be good. I'm liking that. I'm liking that a lot better for angle. That's good. So I will monitor the comments as we go along tonight. My phone's charged up. We're talking about Kentucky Bourbon Festival. I'm Tiny of the Scotchy Bourbon Boys. We're going to be doing an audio podcast, and we are live on YouTube and Facebook. So if you have any comments, just make sure to check out everything. Feel free to comment on anything that's going on. Oh, I did it again. No, that should have been public. I'm gonna just make sure. Yeah, it should be public. I'm not sharing. That's good. So that's my phone we're sharing on. So I'm getting so much on top. It's kind of bothersome, but let me adjust. I'm gonna adjust that camera before we go. This. Can everybody Does everybody hear me? My microphone's on. It should be good audio for Facebook, hopefully. That looks like it's a little bit better. Let's see. Am I still in there? We're live on air. Yep, we are. There's some people. We're getting a couple more people watching. Welcome to the podcast. Tonight's podcast is on the Everything Kentucky Bourbon Festival. We're going to go over what, we're going to go over what happens Kentucky Bourbon Festival. I've been attending the Kentucky Bourbon Festival since 2019. I attended 2019, and then also my wife, Roxy, attended also. And we had a really good time in 2019, but 2020, the world went to shit. And we then met Randy Prass, who is the president of Kentucky Bourbon Festival, and he did a virtual Kentucky Bourbon Festival. We had all of our bookings set for the Kentucky Bourbon Festival for 2020, and we didn't cancel them. We actually went down and did podcasts, even though the festival was delayed to go virtual. It was delayed, and they weren't sure if it was going to go virtual or not, but it eventually went virtual, I believe, in late October, early November. But then the virtual podcast was kind of cool. That was, I really enjoyed that. There was some, I think it would be nice eventually if you could have maybe a day of Kentucky Bourbon Festival virtual, so that people that can't make it to Kentucky can attend some of the really cool things that happened at the festival. But we'll go over that in a few minutes. Right now, I've got to get the podcast going for the audio. What'll happen is I'm going to hit start recording, and there'll be a minute of silence that we are playing. The Spirit of French Lick is one of our sponsors, so that will happen. And then also Alan Bishop, the alchemist, who is one piece at a time Distilling Institute. And then also he runs If You Have Ghosts, You Have Everything. Check those podcasts, that podcast out, plus One Piece at a Time Distilling Institute on YouTube for all you nerdy people who love distilling. He really gets into the details and the chemicals and just every aspect of distilling there. So that's really cool to check out. And then also Log Still, they are one of our sponsors, Log Still Distillery, Wally Lynn and Charlie Dant down there. They've got the distillery built and it's going. We were there. You could check that out on YouTube also. We're the Scotchy Bourbon Boys on YouTube. And if you check that out, you can see what's going on at Log Still. It's one of our episodes that we did when we were down there. So make sure to check that out. We're live on Facebook, so I can monitor. I see some people. Double D is watching tonight. One of my coworkers. Welcome. We're going to be talking about Kentucky Bourbon Festival. But for right now, I am going to get this podcast started. And here we go.
Scotchy Bourbon Boys, raisins in hell and making some noise. Yeah, we're the Scotchy Bourbon Boys. We're here to have fun and we hope you enjoy. We're here to have fun, yeah.
Woo! Welcome to another exciting podcast of the Scotchy Bourbon Boys. Tiny here tonight. We're Facebook Live, we're Facebook or YouTube Live, and we're recording all at once. I've got the technical thing. It took me almost 300 podcasts to do it, but I keep on getting better technically, and tonight's podcast is pretty exciting. I'm monitoring the Facebook Live and I did a little technical. I got it. There we go. Got that off. But if you see, okay, Sean Rigby, is watching, and he said hi. Patrick Johnson's watching, but hey, Sean, great. Thanks for watching tonight. Sean is has been on the Moonshiners Master Distiller, and he has won it, and his moonshine is just getting ready to be released. We saw the label for the moonshine this week. Congratulations for that. Very cool that show, and the people that have been able to get through that process and win and get their moonshine made professionally at a legal distillery is really a cool thing. So Sean is out of the Springfield area. I look forward to CT. We all know CT's out of there too, and I look forward to meeting Sean in person real soon. But we're the Scotchy Bourbon Boys. I'm Tiny. We podcast a couple times a week. Check us out. We're on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. We pretty much all over the place. Do a lot of reels, but then on all the podcast formats. Check us out on, Apple, iHeart, Spotify, and then pretty much about another 20. If you listen to a podcast on any format, we should be there. So check us out. We have been doing this almost for, I think in November will be a total of 4 years. So this has just been an absolute blast, a great ride. Love to do this with everybody. Tonight's podcast is going to cover the 2023 Kentucky Bourbon Festival. What you need to know. Just remember also www.scotchybourbonboys.com for all Scotchy Bourbon Boys merchandise. We have Scotchy Bourbon Boys t-shirts, plus we also have these awesome Glencairns for sale. If you don't want to go through there, just direct message me on Facebook. I can set it up. We'll Venmo and send it, ship it right to you. You can then drink along with your Scotchy Bourbon Boys Glencairns. Supporting us. We really appreciate any support. If people buy the t-shirts and everything, we're doing our best to keep going, but getting good bourbon and everything for the show, and then also working as hard as we do for getting guests. I mean, the last two podcasts, we had Barry Bringer, we had Judd Weiss, Alberta Distillery, Barry Bringer, RD1, both owners and operators, and they're making great whiskey. They've been on the show. Brad Bonds from Revival, we went down there, we did that. Plus, we went to Buffalo Trace and saw Harlan Wheatley our last couple podcasts. So make sure you check those out. The Harlan Wheatley, both podcasts actually were fantastic, but the Harlan Wheatley was extremely informative. But that brings me to what this is going to be. This is going to be extremely informative. I promise you. All right, Randy is watching, the president of Kentucky Bourbon Festival and El Presidente of the Scotchy Bourbon Boys. Glad to see you, Randy. We are going to cover tonight Kentucky Bourbon Festival and all the different things that are there. I might, for 2023, there's going to be surprises. I have not experienced it, but being there, in 2020, in 2021 and 2022, we've had two fantastic festivals with Randy, and we're looking forward to this third one. It should be amazing. But the thing I want to tell you, it is July 11th. The festival runs the 14th through the 17th. Thursday night is Bourbon in the Air, but it's sold out. So that event, if you don't have your tickets, it's one of the premier events, in my opinion. You basically, everybody and all the distilleries are set up. There's only a certain amount of people going around, but what those distilleries are doing is they're there with their master distillers, their owners, and everybody who makes the whiskey, and they are tasting some of their higher end pours that are out there. It's just a great, phenomenal evening event that kicks off Kentucky Bourbon Festival. I think the last 2 years have been spectacular. Last year, the only thing I had a complaint about it wasn't long enough, because I kept getting stuck having long conversations with different distillers and just didn't even come close, to go around. But one of the really, really cool things about the festival last year was that the distilleries, the distillers that had Kentucky, distilling license, they were able to sell, and are again this year, sell their own bottles. Now, I know that Heaven Hill did a really good job of releasing some special releases last year, and the law changed right before the festival, like in the middle of I believe it just the late spring, early summer, and the distilleries just didn't know what to do with that or what they could do with that. I mean, when I first came to the 2019 Kentucky Bourbon Festival, you were able to get a drink and leave the booth and walk around with it. But that was it. It was that was the only thing. That was the first year you could walk around with the pour around. I had VIP, so I would go up to the VIP, come down, and you were able to walk around. But since then, what you're able to do is crazy. This is going to be a spectacular festival. Now let's just talk about what's left right now. Right now, there are the weekend bourbon taster pass and the Sunday sampler single day bourbon taster. All right. So there's a couple things that happened why you want that weekend pass. One is that Kentucky Bourbon Festival and their teams go to the different distilleries, and they do barrel picks for, I believe this year it's a little less. I think last year was like 20. I think this year it's 12 or 13. I'm not sure if Randy is still watching me and Stacy's watching also. So tell me, you guys, let me know. Let me know how many barrel picks you did. But the barrel picks are going to be sold by the distilleries that the picks were made at. So that was really a cool, what would you say? That's a cool addition. Before it was sold at a bottle shop, and we say, okay, so they don't know. All right, we will sell out by mid-August. All right, so Randy pushes in that by mid-August, the tickets will be no longer available, but that bourbon weekend bourbon taster is available now. So you want to get that, because what that allows you to do is be there Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and when those distilleries are selling those barrel picks that they haven't finished quite yet, when they are selling those, you're going to be able to get those probably the first and maybe into the second day. But that first day, I know for a fact people are going to be going around. I don't know how the distilleries are going, if they're going to try and equally sell on each day the barrel pick. I mean, I think it'll kind of be up to them, or they're just going to sell it right away. One of the cool things about it, when you had a bottle shop, that had the pressure of selling all those barrels and how many, whatever. But a distillery is selling their own barrel pick from Kentucky Bourbon Festival. If they don't, which I don't think is going to be a problem, I think they will sell out. But if they didn't sell their barrel pick out, they could take it back to their distillery and sell it out at their distillery. I don't think that's a problem. It's a much better model in my opinion. And then they're also going to be able to do, I know that last year they really didn't know, but they could every year do their own special release of a special bottle just for Kentucky Bourbon Festival. I don't know if any of them are doing that, but I know Heaven Hill released their private select was being at the people were lining up and they had private select available Thursday night at Bourbon in the Air. They had private select Friday, Saturday, and I believe they saved some for Sunday. So that was really a cool thing. All right. Evergreen, let's see. Breaking news. Evergreen Liquors is opening a Bardstown location and will be selling a few exclusive single barrels for the Kentucky Bourbon Festival. That's even cooler. So now you're getting out a little outside the festival. Thank you for that, Randy. Did not know that. That's even another cool thing of why you need to come down. Get down there the night of September 14th. If you got your bourbon in the air, you need to get there. But the Scotchy Bourbon, and then be there all throughout the weekend, because there's so much that happens. Now, there's a lot of kind of cool things that are happening. So you've got those weekend bourbon taster passes. They're $175. You get the 3 days at the festival. I'm telling you, there are, I believe, again, over 50 distilleries. I believe it's at 50, last time I checked was 52, but I can go over them right now. Where are we? Distillery Interactive Education bottle sales from the distillery. There they are. Bardstown Bourbon Company, Buffalo Trace, Curly, Four Roses, Heaven Hill Distillery, Jim Beam Distilling Company, Maker's Mark, Old Forester, Preservation, Rabbit Hole, Woodford Reserve, 1792, Angel's Envy, Barrel Craft Spirits, Bullet Bourbon, Green River, Kentucky Owl, Log Still, Lucky 7, Lux Row, Michter's, New Riff, RD1, Wild Turkey, Wilderness Trail, Lux Row, let's see, Barrel House Distilling Company, Blue Note. There's one right there. Hartfield and Company, Filmland Spirits, Chicken Cock Whiskey. All right, Tiny needs to quickly. Patrick, here we go. Boone County Bourbon, Broken Barrel, Buzzard's Roosts, Castle and Key, Hemingway Whiskey, Hidden Barn, Jephthah Creed, Peerless Distilling, Limestone Branch, Lexington Distilling Company, Luca Mariano, Milam and Green, Bluegrass Distillers, Town Branch, Three Chords, Red Line, Pursuit Spirits, Proof and Wood, Prohibition, Craft Spirits, Pensive, Penelope, Steelhouse, Ingram, Nulu, Neely Family Distillery. I mean, that's insane. And they're all going to be there with their booths tasting where you're going to be able to taste. And that is 100% on your $175. Now, in my opinion, 100% is that there's no way you could taste 52 in one day, but I think you can fit 52 in 3 days. So that's really that part of the whiskey part It's unlike any other festival, honestly. I get super excited when I talk about this. The grounds and the tents and how everything's set up is set up in a way where the distilleries can they can go all out, or they can basically, just go medium as a tent. But the majority of them go put up a really nice tent and a really nice tasting experience. Now, with these 50 some distilleries there really wasn't a line. There's a couple places that you might have skipped over because it was a little crowded then, but then you go back a couple hours later and it wouldn't be crowded. But I just want to, quickly talk about also that Sunday weekend bourbon taster pass. No. That Sunday sample single day bourbon taster. So that gives you Sunday only admission with re-entry privileges for Kentucky Bourbon. You get the wee Glencairn, which is everybody gets that Glencairn so that you can go around and get your samples, and then you get sampling from all the distilleries on Sunday, and then the ability to purchase the bottles from the distilleries. So it's like there's also entertainment. There's a food truck area, exhibits, but and then that's what that covers on that Sunday. So that allows you in and gets the taste of the festival. That's for somebody. But that weekend bourbon taster, let's go into that, which is kind of cool. Well, all right. Why is it not? Okay, there we go. It's opened up now. Here we go. That has the daily admission, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. You get your Glencairn, your weekend Glencairn, and then sampling for all participants, distillers throughout the weekend, ability to purchase the bottles. And then you also get into the access into distilleries fun and informative talk show segments, musical entertainment, the expanded food truck area and exhibits. Now, there are premium add-ons and educational sessions that you can add on to your ticket. I think most of them, I'm not exactly sure, but a lot of that sold out right away. That was for, let's see, Patrick Johnson's watching. He's excited about Boone County. That's not me too. And then new goal, taste all 52 in one day. I strongly suggest not to taste all 52 in one day. That would be a rough one. And then now, the really cool thing about Kentucky Bourbon Festival, and this year's VIP sold out so fast. We tried to get VIP for all of us going in we wanted a certain thing. We were barely able to get what we needed. Now, the Bourbon Enthusiast VIP, which we have a couple of for, that one is really cool because you get an hour early entry into Kentucky Bourbon Festival, 11 a.m. daily. So all of you that have that VIP that are looking or listening to this is a really cool thing. And it's just the regular VIP. It was $495 for the weekend, but I don't see how that's not a deal in itself. You get there an hour early into Kentucky Bourbon Festival at 11 a.m. It normally opens at noon. Friday, Sunday, access to VIP penthouse tent adjacent to the Great Lawn and Craft Distillers Row. Now, honestly, that tent is, you get special things in there. Small bites offered throughout the day. Friday and Saturday, 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. and 11 to 4 p.m. Special tastings and meet and greet opportunities with select master distillers and brand ambassadors. A Glencairn Sky Cut Crystal Tumbler. So you get that. I'm not sure if you still get if you're going to still get the wee Glencairn, but I would imagine probably that's kind of what went, excuse me, went down in the last couple years. And then the collectible Bourbon Enthusiast credential and lanyard, and then opening night Bourbon in the Air event tickets. So you get the Bourbon in the Air included with that VIP. We got a couple of those. Then we got a couple Flask Forests, and the Flask Forest is another $5.95. And basically, it comes with everything that I just said on the regular VIP But now this one comes with a Jack Bromwell Power pewter flask. Okay, so you get a pewter flask, the Jake Bromwell pewter flask, which is pretty cool. Those are not inexpensive. They're very cool. And then you get the 2023 Bardstown Bourbon Company Single Barrel Kentucky Bourbon Festival bottle signed by Steve Nally. So you get that pick. That's a special pick for VIP people on the Flask Force. And then you get also the Glencairn Sky Cut Crystal Tumbler, collectible 2023 Flask Force credential and lanyard, limited edition 2023 Flask Force Tea, and opening night bourbon in the air. Now that's pretty damn cool. Now I purchased, and I'm so psyched about this. This is Saturday. And this one, each decanter, this is the Decanter Club. And I don't know why, but this is my birthday and Christmas presents all locked up into one. And also Father's Day. I mean, she doesn't have to actually buy me anything, I think, for like the rest of my life with this one. But each receives the following in addition to sampling all participants that's through the ability to purchase bottles in select distilleries. It gets you the 1 hour early. Friday VIP tent adjacent to the Great Lawn. That's the same thing you get with the other VIP. But then you get one ticket to each of the four premium distillery showcase events in the Great Tent. That's really cool. Then you get your small bites, the same in the VIP tent, but you get special tasting meet and greet opportunities. Then you get the Glencairn Iona Crystal Decanter, which is really cool. You get a 2023 Bardstown Bourbon Company Single Barrel Kentucky Bourbon Festival bottle. Same thing there. You get Glencairn Sky Cut Crystal Tumbler, a collectible credential and decanter credential and lanyard, and you get an opening night bourbon in the air event. I don't know if you get the T-shirt, but you would imagine that. I didn't see that. Maybe not. Who knows? I'm all for that. Is going over exactly what you get. It's unbelievable what you get. So I didn't get all that. Let's see. Oh, Stacy says it's delicious. I don't know what she's referring to, but we'll find out. But so that's the Kentucky Bourbon Festival packages that are there. You've got the ticket package still available. So I highly recommend the Weekend Bourbon Taster. You got to get down there. Now, the Scotchy Bourbon Boys are going to be there. We're going to be podcasting with the podcasters in the media tent on that they have set up. I'm not exactly how it's, but I can tell you we're going to be all over that the whole time. But we're going to be down the Kentucky Bourbon Festival starts on Thursday night. We will be doing whatever, trying to get in, do whatever setup or organization we possibly can during Thursday, check out the place, and then Thursday night we are going to be at Bourbon in the Air. Now, we actually are coming down the Saturday before that Thursday. We will be driving down, and we have some special events. If you're a Scotchy Bourbon boy and you want to come down early, there's a lot going on. One, we are going to be putting up, we are bringing with us our own podcast tent, and we are going to be setting up a podcasting studio from our Airbnb right out about 7 minutes outside of Bardstown, and we will be available for distilleries to come by after, or people to come out by us. And at that Airbnb, it's going to be an outdoor venue. We've got fire pit and chairs and just the overall really cool place. And we should be doing some major live broadcasts the whole week before Kentucky Bourbon Festival. Now, we are going to set up that, and I'm going to try and get as many distillers or people in Bardstown, people that I know, to come over and hang out with us and do a podcast in the evenings, as many evenings as we can. And then 2, we are going to be doing a single barrel pick through Heaven Hill and Elijah Craig barrel proof on the Monday. We at the Scotchy Bourbon Boys are going to go to Heaven Hill. Hopefully we'll be picking with Bernie Lubbers. We've kind of tentatively have that set up. So the next barrel pick for the Scotchy Bourbon Boys will be the Monday before Kentucky Bourbon Festival. And we will be picking an Elijah Craig barrel strength single barrel. And I encourage anybody who's going to want that to contact me, direct message. Once we do the pick, we will be able to have vouchers available for when it gets bottled and ready to go. So that's going to be a Scotchy Bourbon Boys Elijah Craig barrel strength. We are going to be doing that barrel pick on the Monday before Kentucky Bourbon Festival. Now, that leaves a Tuesday, but Wednesday is the really cool thing. If you want to know, Kate's watching. That's Randy's Randy's spouse at the moment. So, Kate, hi, glad to see ya. And we are going to be doing the Kentucky Bourbon Boys, Scotchy Bourbon Boys 3rd annual bus tour. Just a few tickets remain. And this bus tour, we've done it before. If you check out the Facebook or on YouTube, you can see last year's Bo Cumberland documented our bus tour. Last year, it was fantastic. It started out at Bardstown Bourbon Company with Greg Schneider giving us the 3rd tasting of his new make. 3 years in a row we've tasted it, and we got to taste the 3rd, the original new make in its 3rd. And I'm so freaking excited that we're going to be able to taste our 4th year. This is the first year we got to taste the new make, and this is it'll be 4th in its 4th year. 4th time we get to taste the new make, and 4 years into this. So I'm super excited about that, because these are the barrels that Greg has laid down, and we got to taste it that last year. But this year, we're going to finish up at Bardstown Bourbon Company and have Greg lead the tour again. So last year, it was Bardstown Bourbon Company over to the country club for lunch. Then we went to Jim Beam for a full tour and tasting with Sandy No, and bottled our own Knob Creek, and then finished up at Lux Row, where John Rempe was signing our bottles, and all around it was just a great tour and tasting there. So afterwards, everybody came back to the Airbnb. We ordered pizza and drank some more pours. But I'll tell you, on the Scotchy Bourbon Boys bus tour, we've got you're so bad, Randy. We on the Scotchy Bourbon Boys bus tour this year, we've got some super pours. Super Nash is going to be bringing some. I'm going to be bringing some. So you get the extra. So what you get for this is we start at 8:30 at our Airbnb. We do a toast. Everybody gets their tasting Glencairns that we start with for the day. We do a toast, hop on the bus, and this year we are going to head to Maker's Mark. We're going down to Maker's Mark, and then once we're at Maker's Mark, we will take a full tour and tasting there. And from there, we are going to head to Log Still Distillery. We've got Charlie Dant. I've talked to him, and he is going to give us a tour and tasting. You're not going to want to miss that. Log Still Distillery is our sponsor, and They have been nothing but super and great for us, and I just look forward to being able to see that distillery. Every single time we go down there, there's another thing open that they've got set up, and I initially went down there when they were just their tasting room and met Charlie. Stayed at the bed and breakfast, met Charlie. He gave me the tour of the Vision. And the Vision now, about 2.5 years later, is starting to be complete. It's just amazing. So I can't wait to get into that tour. And then we are finishing up. We'll get lunch. I'm not sure where that goes, but you'll be able to pick from the menu. They'll let us know where lunch is as we get closer. And then we will finish up at the Bardstown Bourbon Company again, where Greg Schneider will give us that tour and tasting and update us on his new make. Super, super excited about that. Because he's asking why. Because tonight I did not have this wasn't an impromptu podcast. Why isn't CT on? He's busy. Why isn't Whiskey on? He's busy. Why isn't Super Nash on? They're all busy after that 4th of July. Super Nash, congratulations, my friend. This is he did get married on July 1st, Saturday, July 1st, and we got it. Sherry and him got married in Colorado. Super, super awesome. Congratulations. We're so happy. I met Sherry almost exactly the same time I met Super Nash, and I'm so happy for them. They had such a good time out there, but he's back in real life and way behind on work after his honeymoon in Colorado, getting married. And so tonight I was just winging it, and I figured let's just talk about, Kentucky Bourbon Festival, something that I do know of. Now, what I did want to say is that there's been picks. Now, this year, Stacy will vouch for me, Stacy, that I went on the New Riff pick. I was on the New Riff pick last year also, and this was the one. But this is the kind of thing I just wanted to go over real quick. I wanted to put that bottle out there for everybody to see. We've got you got the New Riff, but you get that special Distiller's Row label. I was on this pick. This is the bottle here. Opened it. I like to, when you go on picks with Kentucky Bourbon Festival, you end up with a bottle. Now, this is a very special bottle to me. This is my first ever Bourbon Festival, my first ever barrel pick. This was with Freddie No at the at the Kentucky Bourbon Festival offices in 2021. It was a special day, picked with Steve Coombsy, and Randy, and Freddie brought along a bunch of stuff, and both Justin's from Justin's House of Bourbon, and it was just a really, really cool pick. I still have this bottle. I think I will have this bottle forever because of the fact that I did get two. I bought one also and drank it, and it was delicious. But I've got my other one because the reason why I got that other one is because it was my first ever pick. Yes, yeah, I remember it. Yes, it was an amazing day. We drank some really good whiskey. Jacob's Well, which was released last year at the festival, we got to taste that. And then Fred's Signature, which is right over in my other cabinet that I picked up this spring, got to taste that while we were there. Plus, we got to do the barrel pick. So that was a phenomenal, phenomenal time. Love doing the barrel picks with Kentucky Bourbon Festival. Since then, did a couple of those we've done two for the Scotchy Bourbon Boys, and we're going to do our third. And then also I've been able to do some picks with the state of Ohio. So just love doing barrel picks. It's such a fun thing. I keep meeting, you keep meeting the people. It's funny because I really want to just keep setting up the podcast and keep chugging along and keep getting listeners and keep getting devoted people that listen to the podcast. But I want to do this full time and retire early. But at the moment, it keeps getting bigger. And if there's ever been a time that you wish you could get older faster, this is it. I wish I'd be there so I could do it full time. But at the same time, I don't want to add those 4 years onto my life yet. So I'll just have to chug along and not wish too much time goes by too fast and just enjoy the ride for now. So it's just been a super blast. But then also last year, Kentucky Bourbon Festival did the first ever barrel pick for Chicken Cock, and Greg Schneider signed that one. That was a really, really cool experience, and be able to get this bottle. I debated whether I would open it or not, but and I did. Oh, hey, I'm the guy from Giant. Hey, Brad's watching on YouTube. Good to see you. He's like, I'm the guy that's in line at Giant Eagle. That's great. I'm glad that you're watching on YouTube. That's one thing that we're trying to get is the live YouTube going. And then also, I just keep trying to learn on how to make all these social media things work so that everybody can see it, nobody messes up, and everybody can hear me, and go from there. So anyways, all right. So let's recap a little bit more about Kentucky Bourbon Festival based off of us being down there. Now, we've got open days, and so what I'm going to try and do is throw out if any of the distilleries are getting there early, or the people, that run the distilleries or own the distilleries, if they want to do an early podcast, I'm going to be able to do that. Also, Randy, I understand that you're busy, but like I said, if you want to, anytime you want to just stop by, we could, earlier in the week, we could, as far as early as I believe Monday night, the tent will be going up for the podcasting. Feel free to stop by and do a pre-podcast for the Kentucky Bourbon Festival. That would be fantastic, how exciting this is getting. I know, though, that you're pretty damn busy at that time, and I usually leave you alone. So we'll keep doing that and keep going on. But I have so much more to book because we are getting down there on Saturday. We'll be driving down on Saturday. I'm sure at one point on Saturday we will be hitting Neely, because that is right on our way. We might hit Boone County also, because we have not done that yet, and that's right down on our way down. And then Sunday's wide open. Monday we've got the barrel pick in the morning, so that leaves us Monday afternoon. And then Tuesday's open, which then leaves us Wednesday for the bus tour. Thursday goes into the get ready and bourbon in the air. And then Friday, Saturday, Sunday, just a fantastic 3 days. I can't wait. This should be amazing. Now, once again, let's go over food trucks, 50 distilleries that are going to be there. The merchandise, they're working. It's the merchandise. I've been assured that, this year's merchandise is going to be better than last year's. And then also, you've got all the vendors that are there selling the marketplace, and between all that goes on, I mean, I am so looking forward to this year's Kentucky Bourbon Festival. 2023, I think, if the one thing that I wanted to cover is that we do other festivals. Bourbon on the Banks is a couple weeks after Kentucky Bourbon Festival. I think this year it's 3 weeks, because the first Saturday of October is so late. I think it's 6th and 7th, Friday and Saturday. So, and they finish up. So there's some time this year between the festivals, which is I'm happy for. And then also we've been a part of a couple festivals here in Ohio. There's the Ohio Craft Distillery Festival, and then also there are groups around here that have a couple festivals. We were up in Dayton, where there was a whiskey festival at Dayton Barrel Works, and we've been a part of that. And don't get me wrong. Those type festivals, and we actually went to the Galena Whiskey Festival this year, and I think next year we're going to try and go to our main festival besides Kentucky Bourbon Festival. Next year will be in New Orleans. But what I find is there's a difference between Kentucky Bourbon Festival and other festivals. One, you're in Bardstown, Kentucky, which is within an hour of the majority of the distilleries that are producing bourbon in Kentucky. Now, that's the majority of them, okay? You've got the Lexington, Louisville, Bardstown triangle, all within an hour of each other. And actually, Louisville's between Bardstown and Louisville, it's even closer than that. But those distilleries are represented at the Kentucky Bourbon Festival in a way where it's the people, Dan McKee from Michter's, he's at the booth talking and signing, and Greg Schneider's at the booth. Other festivals, a lot of times you're getting the reps. You're getting the reps from that represent the brand, and there's nothing wrong with that. The reps are knowledgeable. They also have connections. A lot of them have connections with the distilleries that they represent, and they know the whiskey. There's nothing wrong with that. It's great. Galena Whiskey Festival was a great festival because of the fact that they had all types of whiskey, and I was able to taste some Scotches and Irish whiskeys that I normally wouldn't taste. So the ability to taste the whiskey was great, but the experience of who you're tasting with is completely different. I met some good friends. I see... the reason why I went there in the first place was Martin Duffy, the Glencairn glass representative for the United States. And, he was there. He's at Kentucky Bourbon Festival. But I got to meet some of his friends that are in that represent the distilleries, the distillery reps. And when you're dealing with a distillery rep, it's not like you're dealing with Fred and Freddie. No, you're dealing with somebody who knows Jim Beam and the product, but they a lot of times accompany Fred and Freddie. But there's, when Fred and Freddie aren't going to make they're not at the Galena Whiskey Festival, you're not going to get them. Now at at other festivals, you get a few people, but here you get pretty much everybody. I mean, I believe in 2021, in one night, I was talking directly with over 15 master distillers. I talked with Steve Nally. I talked with Wally Dant. I was talking with Brent Elliott, Four Roses master distiller. This is where you make your connections, and your Jimmy Russell, Fred and Freddie. That's Sandy Noah. I met her in 2019. This is the exclusive... where if you love whiskey and you love the people who make it, you can meet them. Like I said, we met Dan McKee last year, and we're able to go to Michter's this spring and get a tour and a tasting, and also get a really good red carpet experience. And that's what whiskey's about, getting those experiences. So this is how now. I got to meet Kenny Coleman and Ryan Cecil of Bourbon Pursuit. They're going to be there again, Pursuit United. And I basically was able to, the people who I watched and inspired me to podcast, they're there, and got to talk to them and meet Kenny, and then have Kenny on the podcast. So super excited about what's going down and how we're going to go about doing this year. Let's see. All right. Randy's back to work. Thanks. Yep. He says thanks. And thanks for watching, Randy. Really appreciate it. And I'm almost finished here, but it's just like you get that super awesome, personalized, get to meet the people who make the bourbon experience on a high level. I mean, the VIPs experiences, the dinners, and then when you leave and go out into Bardstown when the festival's over and each night, you get to go out and experience what is Bardstown. I mean, there's so much happening in Bardstown. I'm so excited this year. I don't, I'm just getting ready, and this should be a really good Kentucky Bourbon Festival. There is no, we're through those past 3 years. I mean, we are now completely through. This should be absolutely fantastic. So, all right, everybody. It's been great. Liked doing this. Hopefully, I'll be able to see a few more comments because I know some of the comments don't show up while I'm doing this, and I will answer them when I get done. Good. Same thing. Thanks for watching, Brad, on YouTube. And that brings us to another finish to another Scotchy Bourbon Boys podcast. Remember, www.scotchybourbonboys.com for all things Scotchy Bourbon Boys. Find out all about us, and then also we've got tastings there. We're just trying to get this going as far as people sending samples to taste, so that you can have a tasting experience online virtually. And then also we've got the Glencairns, we've got the t-shirts, and you could find out everything about us there. Also, we're on all social media: Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Twitter. Check us out there. Facebook, you could join our Scotchy Bourbon Boys group if you want. And then also Jeffrey Mueller is my Facebook personal account that you also can follow me. I post a lot on there, a lot of reels and stuff. And then also all the major podcast formats: Alexa, Siri, all will just play the Scotchy Bourbon Boys. So same thing, Spotify. So check us out. We appreciate it. And remember, good bourbon, good whiskey equals good times, good friends. Drink responsibly. Don't drink and drive. And go out there and live your life dangerously. Little Steve-O is going to take us out.
Oh, show me the way to the next whiskey bar. Oh, don't ask why. Oh, don't ask why. Show me the way to the next whiskey bar. Oh, don't ask why. Oh, don't ask why. For if we don't find the next whiskey bar, I tell you we must die. I tell you we must die. I tell you we must die.
All right, let me finish that up. I'm going to quickly do all my little audio magic. I don't know. I don't think I have to do as much, but I'll just do it anyways because it's all part of it. And we will save this, publish for uploading. KBF2. What? That's ridiculous. What is that? Okay. That's crazy. Save as. Where did that come from? F2023. All right. Let's save it there and there. All right. So it's building the episode. I can watch a little bit. So Facebook, I will take us down on YouTube. Thanks everybody for watching on YouTube. I look forward to the next time we're there. We're going to stop recording here, stop streaming.